Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Okay guys, as we can see on the euro currency, our expectation of the possible downward continuation lasts a bit longer than we expected. Well, yesterday we said that as market hasn't quite reached the weekly pivot point, we can't exclude the possibility of another leg to the upside, and that really has happened, but still price still hasn't quite reached the weekly pivot point. But in the current situation, this is the bid price, so maybe if we will take the look at the real price on the euro currency or take the average between the bid and offer, we will see that probably market has tested it. Well, anyway, market on the daily time frame charts really not big changes have happened, so you can see market is still calling inside of this some sort of the bearish flag pattern that suggests the downward continuation, and that's our nearest target, as we have discussed already. It's target of this minor extension of this ABC top pattern, 618 extension, the yearly pivot point, weekly pivot support one, and some intraday targets. So market still calling here, and our bearish setup that we have discussed in our weekly research still valid. We just will wait for downward action. So if you have the short positions, you can keep it. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we have the same butterfly. Here you can see that market has formed slightly higher top, but still has remained below the weekly pivot point and below our invalidation point for the bearish setup here. So because we said we need to hold stop losses, our stop orders above the 136.5, 136.05, 136.10 area, so slightly higher than the weekly pivot points then. And our stops are still intact, as you can see. Market here retested this resistance again and turned to the downside. Well, that's, I think, sufficient respect of this 127 target of this butterfly, and if market is really bearish, it should not show to extend retracement to the upside. It should reestablish move to the downside if our setup is still valid. Also guys, here is some sort of the it's probably not, it will not be correct to call it as the bearish dynamic pressure, but here market looks a bit heavy, since you can see that trend has shifted bullish here, and although market is forming the high lows and high highs, but mostly this action looks as the horizon flat action rather than upward action. So here this is some kind of some sign of the that market is a bit heavy, and this is in general the positive sign for overall bearish sentiment that we now have on the euro currency. Although trend, as you can see, holds bullish here. On the hourly time frame chart, we see this some sort of the upward channel, but take a look at the price action inside of it. This is definitely not the thrusting action, not the impulse move. This is more looks like the retracement with the heavy pullbacks. So you can see that attempt to move higher, heavy return right back down and taking out of these lows. Well, now I can't exclude that market probably could show a breakout to the downside even today and tomorrow on the current week. Well, and the overall action, as I said, looks not really impressive from the bullish point of view. So when we would like to see the trend is really bullish and we would like to see the action, something of that sort, but in the opposite direction. So we need to see some strong candles that is leading market higher and higher, and we need to see some impulse, some thrusting action. But here we do not see it. Deep bounce, deep returnings, right back down, erasing of the previous upward action, and so on. So long shadows here, so it's not really the thrusting action. That's why I think that this market will show the downward breakout soon. If market will form something of that will look like, say, butterfly or something of that sort, I just measured the 127 extension of this most recent retracement. You see that 127, 1618 stands around 136.60, 134.60, 134.87. So they just around our major area around 134.75. So maybe market will form here the butterfly or something of that sort, because this is really looks logical, since on the daily time frame chart that there is really significant support, and if even market will pass through it later at the first test, it's very high probability that market will show the bounce up, because guys, that is the yearly pivot point. It's not just some weak level. That's really significant area, and I suspect that market really will show the respect of this area by some bounce. That's why on the shorter term perspective, on the short term time frame charts, the appearing of some reversal pattern that could trigger this respect of this real support is absolutely reasonable. So let's see what will happen. If you have the short positions, you can keep it, but do not be hurry with the moving your stop losses. So keep it above this area, above the 136 even, because this really will be some sort of the invalidation point, and if market will return right back to the weekly pivot point, this will not mean yet that overall bearish scenario has failed. Only if market will pass through it and will show some thrusting action to the upside and move above the 136.505, 136.10 area, something in this area, that will be the warning sign for the bearish setup. But until this will happen, at least currently, I do not see any menace for bearish setup that now is continuing to forming on the euro currency.